I'm
So
still
when we get everybody here, we can just go in.
Yeah. Oh boy, chill, fam. That boy be wishing the worst on people.
That boy already lost his quarterback.
Who?
Oh, the other one?
That's a little league, bro, but.
Hmm.
I need Daniel Jones to actually start throwing some.
I lost my quarterback in both leagues. I had Drew Brees in both. You know what I'm saying? So I put Philip Rivers.
Welcome back to the pod, man. We back. You know what I'm saying? We on a 2-week hiatus because we had major technical difficulties.
He don't tell nobody when he's starting it.
No, 3, 2, 1, and.
Hey man, so Dalvin Cook, Al Thielen, fantasy. Welcome back to the pod. It's your boy, Old Simba. You feel me? I'm here to do what I do. Hug up to the wall, G.
Oh, he gone.
Alright, go ahead. Do your intro. I'm sorry, fam. I apologize.
Ain't no intro, bro. The pod is back. You know what I'm saying? We back in black. You know what I'm saying? We got Rome. We got the homie G. You know what I'm saying? We got some
characters. If y'all haven't
here.
met G, you feel me? My boy G is very
a flip-flop.
Entrepreneurial. My man is brilliant. You feel me? He definitely has the entrepreneurial side of part of him. If you don't know where to see G or where to find G or where G be at in the trap, G, go ahead and drop your information so they know where to find you, bruh.
He's not here.
He left or like
he went to go do something real quick.
Shut up, that's crazy. I just get to do the greatest promo and everything. Hey, forget G then.
And I listened to it too.
Welcome back to the pod, you feel me?
Animation. That's the thing we gotta do now. Welcome back to the pod. That's our thing now.
Feel me?
We trademarking that.
Boys, you feel me? We ain't here at 2K20 because you already know what the happens.
Because we nice.
Hold on. I almost got kicked. You feel me? Because you already know the deal. You feel me? Y'all missed the last game. The last game, me, Rome, G, just blew these fools out. I almost had a 20-piece, but you know what I'm saying? They played me. You know, the refs, we capping.
Cap.
You know what I'm saying? But you already know I'm right now.
You're capping.
If y'all's curious about y'all characters, you feel me? I'm about to show you what the deal was. You really should have
you like your character now?
Right now.
You like your character now?
Playmaking shot credit. You'll realize that man is a bucket. You feel me?
No, my character is a bucket now. My character is a bucket.
Silence.
I'm good, you know what I'm saying? My character fits well with the team, you know what I'm saying? So even if I'm not getting buckets, even if I'm not getting buckets, I'm gonna be helpful, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say no names and go 0 for 4 and be hurting my team. I'm not gonna say no names.
This boy be capped. That boy be talking all about G when G not on the court, on the mic. Anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Talking about you.
To start off, you feel me? I want to talk about a couple things because you already know. Like, we always like to start off with like simple like things that's going on in the world before we even like get into our natural topic. Even though I don't think we have a really big topic this day. But I want to start off to let y'all know like I finished Young Justice. Y'all been hearing me say it about like actually I haven't heard me because I deleted those episodes. But just let y'all know I've been on like the Young Justice binge. You feel me? Just let y'all know for people who like love Young Justice and didn't know Young Justice was still going on. To start off, just let you know, waiting for that season 4. I already need that season 4. You feel me? Like again, like some heat, bruh. Like if y'all Justice League like fans, like y'all are Justice League Unlimited, who really was a fan of Young Justice or Teen Titans before. I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all think it's not worth it to go peep that Young Justice on the DC universe, go ahead peep it. You know what I'm saying? Do the 7-day free trial and just binge watch it. Cause I think it's like 26 episodes. It's some heat, man. My only gripe with Young Justice is that, well, for two things. One, they put Static in there, but they don't never give Static no shine. You feel me? Static Shock was one of my favorite, like, DC animated shows. Like I feel like to this day, even though I watch Justice League and Teen Titans and Justice League Unlimited, I love those shows. I felt like Static Shock was a show where I was really like, oh, I really mess with superheroes, or like I really, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like before there was like dang, what's the African American Green Lantern's name? John Stewart. Before I really was messing with like Green Lantern, John Stewart, like Static Shock really made me like feel like, oh, you can be like superpower people are really like savages. You feel me? My boy Virgil Hawkins is really that dude, but he's been in like Young Justice for like the last 2 seasons, and he just gets no love. I just like give my man just an episode to show out what he does. And 2, bruh, my gripe with Young Justice is, bruh, like, at the end of every season, there's no progression. Feel me? I say this meaning like at the end of each season, the same thing happens like every season. Like if you've seen Young Justice the first 2 seasons before it got canceled or taken off of Cartoon Network, you find out that like there's like there's the light, the bad guys. The light is like there's a new character or there's a new dude or there's a new parent or they're not taken down yet, they're not beat or whatever. And then when it comes to like the Justice League or the team, there's a new captain. They do that every season. At the end of every season, they get a new captain for Justice League, and the Light just gets a new member. Like it basically takes out everything that happened the first the whole 26 episodes, because like you get this fire story, these fire characters. It's funny, it's adventurous, stuff like that. But at the end, like nothing really progresses, and that kind of gets on my nerves. I'm like, yo, bro, like.
That's kind of the thing with any time like a group of kids are the main characters, because you can't really progress too much, or else you can't age them. You can't give them a timestamp.
Well, I'm not even trying to get into the Pokemon type of thing, but I wish like at least because you said that, but we have Avatar. When it came to Avatar, you knew throughout the time like they were like you could say aging, like things happen. Like my man got here, my man didn't get here, my man met the sister, he didn't find the sister.
With Young Justice, you can't have like Young Justice go into like early teens, late teens.
They do though. They do.
Do they actually?
Yes.
Do they turn like they're like 18 years old, like 21?
Yeah.
The first they be fucking and everything, bro.
They be on everything, bro. Married and everything. They went from like we were kids. When you have Kid Flash, Robin, Artemis. I don't remember was she Artemis or Huntress? She was Artemis at that point. Artemis, Megan, and Superboy, right? Whatever they do, they age them, and then they get the new generation of Young Justice. So the next season was like I said, they got Static, right? They got Static. Forgot the other people's names. Kid Flash, Impulse, Blue Beetle, and you feel me? And they did that. Then this season was Beast Boy, Cyborg, Wonder Woman. I mean not Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's whatever her sidekick's name is. Wonder Woman's sidekick. Who's the other person? Forgot who the other people were. These new characters that violate me. I don't know if y'all know. Terra from Teen Titans was on there. You feel me? So each year you get a different set of Young Justice. So they do get older. But what I'm saying is the people on the outside, the villain, and they never like it's never like I'm not saying like they have to win. Like now the villains are actually hurt. Like I need one or the other. Either the villains are actually hurt now, or the good guys are actually in trouble. It's never the end. It's always a stalemate at the end of each season. At the end of each season, the Justice League is like, we need to get a new leader, and they get a new leader. Like I think last year.
That's just lazy writing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't mess with that, bro. Like I'm like the show is like everything between episode 2 and 25 is great. And not to say that episode 1 and 26 isn't good, because they are good, but like I said, the same thing that happens in episode 1 happens in episode 26. You're like, episode 1, we have a new leader, and the bad guys are like a councilman. And you're like, okay, for sure. And then you're like, at the end of the season, you're like, we got a new leader, and the bad guys have like they've done nothing. I'm like, bro, what's the point then? If there's no progression,
I'm not trying to hate on the show, but it's not like a pillar or like a temple for like a studio. It's just a show, so with like the formula they're doing right now, it works, so they're not gonna change it.
Like I hear what you're saying, but like I don't look at Young Justice as if like a Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob, where
but you're looking at it because you're a big fan, though. If you're a studio, they're not looking at Young Justice as like, this show could carry our brand.
You say that, but the reason they're doing what they're doing is so they can continue a new season. I don't have to like I said with Avatar. In Avatar, it ends when I should shoot this. I'm sorry. I think I was gonna be that old.
Right.
Avatar. It had to end, right? Because finally we pulled up on Fire Lord Ozai. We finally pulled up on Fire Lord Ozai, right? or you know what I'm saying, Zuko finally came on our side. Like the summer solstice finally made it here. The whole timestamp for Avatar was that we have to handle before the summer solstice or the summer solstice. So at a certain point, you knew it had to happen before the summer solstice. So the series had to end. Whereas shows like Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob, I can do whatever I want because the show doesn't have to end. I can just continue a new season after new season.
Okay.
Young Justice is a serial show, meaning it's not episodic, right? I'm sorry, other way. It's an episodic show, meaning it's not serial, meaning each episode follows each episode. Episode 2 has to happen after episode 1. Whereas shows like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents, you can watch them in whatever episode, but it doesn't matter. Give it a roll and let him do his thing. So if your show is episodic, meaning episode 2 has to happen after episode 1, I need episode 26 to progress from episode 1. Episode 26 shouldn't be the same circumstance as episode 1. You feel me? See, that's thing. Thank you. Great question, G. You know what I'm saying? How we had you on the pod, bro.
Stupid.
At the end of season 1, it felt like a cliffhanger because you were like, "Oh snap, Darkseid is here." I didn't know Darkseid was a part of the light. This whole time, the whole season, I was thinking the good guys were winning, but you're telling me that the bad guys had this plan the whole time. But then they repeat the same thing. Season 2 and season 3 is the same thing. Like, oh, just let you know. This part of the big bad's plan the whole time. This part of the big bad's plan the whole time. We expected it to do this. We expected the good guys to do this. So when it comes down to it, we're just at the same spot as season 1. I'm like, yo, bro, we're third season. Like, sorry. At this point, either, and it makes it even worse is at the end of each season, they have a big episode 26 episode where the good guys formulate a plan to beat the bad guys' big plan, right? As they should. Like at the end, we're like, the good guys are like, yeah, we knew you were doing this the whole time. Da 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 da. Your plan the whole season has just been foiled because we're the good guys. You're like, oh, for sure. But then at the end of the episode, to do a cliffhanger type of thing, like you said, G, they're like the bad guys, which are known as the light, are like, oh, we knew the good guys were going to do this the whole time. I'm like, all right, bro, you've been planning for 3 seasons. When y'all gonna have the big fight? When the war gonna show up? When the big bad gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? And I do this whole diatribe to get into a show that I'm a huge fan of that is actually ending next week.
You're describing a problem with a lot of smaller shows where they just don't have the manpower to actually make like a better show.
No, bro, it doesn't take manpower to have an actual
it takes if you think a good show only has like 1 writer, they have multiple. They got like 5 or 6.
It takes 1 writer to write an actual ending. All I'm asking is for your season 2 to end your season 1.
But like name any of your favorite shows, there's at least 5 or 6 writers on it. That's what I'm saying. A smaller show doesn't have that much people working on it.
You're telling me because the show does not have more than 1 writer, it can't have a season 2 that doesn't end the same way as season 1?
I'm not saying it can't be a good show. I'm just saying it's not as good as it could be if it had more people.
No. You're telling me, because this is my argument. My argument is, why does season 2 and season 3 end the same way as season 1? You're telling me because, oh dang, my fault. You're telling me because it has more than 1 writer, season 2 and season 1 and season 3, season 2 and season 1 all in the same.
I'm saying it's because it's a smaller show. It's not a big show to the studio, so it doesn't have that many people working.
I hear what you're saying, but you understand how yours makes no sense, right?
Fuck me!
To what I'm arguing?
Why not?
I'm arguing, why does your season 3 and your season 2 not progress? Why does your season 2 and your season 3 end the same way as your season 1?
That's what I said, that it's formulaic. It works. They're fine with the audience they have. They said that the ratings are good enough, so we don't need to change it.
Season 2 didn't go well. They canceled it. That's why season 3 is online now. That's why you have to be streaming to the. That's why it took 10 years for season 3 to come out.
You're watching it online?
You have
Like,
to.
that's a big deal though.
Season
That's a
2
big
ended
thing,
at
then.
like 2010.
No, I'm gonna say like
Season 3 just came out 6 years later.
if it's running solely online, that means it's on its last legs to the studio.
Ooh.
I repeat, it got canceled 6 years ago. It's been gone. They only brought it back because people have been begging to bring it back, and they only brought it back on the DCU.
They brought it back, but then there's like, there's like, ooh, hold on, I got it. Alright,
no, I'm gonna call time out after this because I'm sorry, I know I'm talking. You know, I can never multitask. That's why I'm like, I always expect y'all to show out when I'm talking. When whoever's doing the diatribe, they're passing the ball. Everybody else has to be, everybody else has to be scoring. Let me get the screen room. I'm throwing. No, I was pressing R1 square for a second. I got no dimer, believe in it. And one, flagrant. Oh boy up. Oh, flagrant. That's what I told you, flagrant.
Flagrant.
I never seen a big man.
That's a bailout.
No, bro. You can't be in your last legs. It's like you said Futurama. You said Futurama's been canceled numerous times.
Think about it though. Like, Community went to online because it was on its last legs last season. There's another show, I forgot the name of it, where it got canceled, came back, and it went back to online exclusively because it was on its last legs, and then it just stopped after that.
Okay, are you telling me Community season 8 and season 7 were the same ending?
No, I'm saying it went to solely online season 6, and that was the last season.
Was season 6 ending and season 5 ending the same ending?
Different because they got different writers, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that you have the same ending because you're on the last legs. Because if you're on the last legs, you would end it. You feel me? Oh, we're in the last legs. You might as well wrap this series up. And especially if the series has been gone for 5 years, 6 years, and the only reason I'm bringing it back is because people have been begging for it. I got it. Ugh. I can make this pass. Well, I'm nice. Only reason, like, if I've been gone for 5 years and you beg me to bring it back, I'm not on my last legs. You know what I'm saying? You begged me to bring this back. If I'm on my last legs, I would just not come back. After it got canceled, I'd just be canceled.
It's not. It's usually like that's just how it usually ends up. But what it is, if it's online, it's just another tryout.
Oh, my fault.
It's just a test run to see if it actually has like legs to come back.
I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying, and I understand. But you can't change my mind on that. Like, I don't care how many writers you have.
We all knew that.
Not exactly. Yeah, I'm stubborn. But I don't care how many writers you have, bro. I don't care if you're on your last legs or not. Like, because all that, on the other hand, if you only have one writer, to me, as one writer, you should already know how your story's going to end.
Yeah, but
I believe more if you have more than one writer.
But the reason why that's not a recipe for a good show is because you only have the vision of one person. You don't have other writers to keep other people in check or have different point of views.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
but in my head, if you're one writer,
basically you're putting you're betting the entire show on one person.
That's cool. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? What it is. You bet your own person, da 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 da. If you're one writer and no one telling you what to do, whatever, no one should. I should have called for the ball square over here. I'll fall back to me. Okay, shoot that. If you're one writer, bruh, going into any story, you know your ending. Oda already knows how One Piece is gonna end. J.K. Rowling already knew how One Piece was gonna end.
That works. It works better as a movie because you can hold the whole movie as that person's vision. But as a show,
I keep. Oh, good pass, boy. So you're telling? Whoa! Trash. So you're telling because that's what I'm saying. Like, I hear what you're saying, but basically what you're telling me is because I only have one writer, I don't know my ending.
No, you have an ending, but I'm saying it's not going to be as good.
Good or not, I want an ending. There's no ending. They're basically telling me like, oh, nothing is like I only have one writer. So my season 3 and my season 2 are both saying the same thing. Oh, I'ma just the light is still here.
And then that goes back to like, all right, the one dude you have is a lazy writer. And there's nobody else to say, hey man, you should change it.
you're saying, bro, but it's...
Huh?
Huh?
So you fighting your own self.
Because that don't make sense to me, like...
It kind of does.
Because I pay, like, it makes, in my head, I don't know, it's probably, like, it
All
probably
right,
makes
no,
sense to you
I'll
guys.
put it as this.
In my head, if you have, I'm more, it makes sense to me more that multiple writers can have the same ending, meaning, hey, as if we're multiple,
I'm not talking about different endings. I'm talking about, it's not the goal, it's how you get to the goal. It's like the path is better if you have multiple people.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. What I'm saying is, I can see more. I can see at people with multiple writers having the same ending, as in like, oh, our season 3 and our season 2 are the same, as in with one writer, because like if you're one writer, to me you're like, oh, this is the story I want to tell, because you have nobody to tell you, oh, your season 3 is moving too fast, or your season 2 is moving too slow. You have no one to tell you that because it's your story.
Well, that's why I go back to Young Justice is just a show where the studio's like, hey man, we don't really need anything crazy. We just need these certain numbers. We need
exactly. If you're telling me,
whatever you did before, it works, so you don't have to change it.
But what you're saying makes my point, because I'm here, I'm hit him. Wow, I can't catch. Because in my head, you're like, if you're telling me like, hey, bruh, just let you know, just do what you're doing. In my head, I'm hearing, all right, just continue the story how you want to tell it. Not because if you're telling, because I think it's different if you're telling me, hey, bro, your story, your show is blowing up. I need you to make it at least 5 seasons. Now I'm like, okay, bro, I'm gonna just keep it the same way.
But when you say it's online exclusively, it's not blowing up. It's just surviving right now.
So so you're saying they would rather it be like, all right, we'd rather you end the show open-ended, but the same thing. So you're saying we don't.
You know what it is?
What you're saying their don't care matter is so low that they're like, yo man, the show isn't popping anyways. If it ends the same way.
They did the online deal because they had a fan base that fought to get it back, right?
Yeah.
So they're appeasing that fan base. The people who aren't that big on the show aren't gonna really care because they're like, you know, they weren't gonna watch anyways. They're just doing it for like the main fan base to be like, just to keep it on.
Okay. Does that? I hear what you're saying. I agree with that. Does it apply the same with a? Oh my God, you took that.
Oh my.
with
a toe shot.
With a streaming service that is, like you said, specific for that fan base. When you have streaming service like Disney, the whole, like, you have multiple Disney. You have Disney shows like Proud Family, as like G can talk about this more because he took some he's studying in it. Proud Family and Disney movies and Disney shows such as Descendants, the new ones, or stuff like Netflix, where like, oh, I can have a variety of stuff. But this streaming service is DC, meaning I'm, like you said, if my streaming service is DC, I'm only appeasing to DC fans, right? Go all the way, boy. I'm late with it though. Good shot.
Pass.
If my streaming service is DC, I'm only appeasing people who are DC fans because they're taking the time to pay for DC Universe, right? So why would I not? If I'm only appeasing DC fans, and I know that because they're the only ones who are going to buy the DC Universe. Look at that, G. Why would I not take the time to actually, you know what I'm saying, make sure all my DC shows are good?
Damn! What the fuck?
For the pod! For the pod!
They're okay with the result.
Well, that I do not know. I would have to look that up. I apologize. Pod, I did not expect.
I didn't expect these good ass questions.
No. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I just thought they're actually you'll have to look up. You feel me? DC, like, you know what I'm saying? Service, like how many people are streaming the DC Universe.
I want that being a good body.
Because like there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me ask you this: do you think there's a lot of, like, just off the rip? Do you think there's a lot of DC fans? Exactly, right? Just like
that's all good, man.
You're saying
I think it's a free pass.
Yeah, you broke, bro.
You broke. Yeah. On the heels of Jason retiring off of 2K and you missing like this is not a good day.
I think they just got a free pass to whatever one, because I think they already had expectations going into it. So they either meet it, cancel it, or hey, it's good, so we'll re-sign it.
Or at least they did it so that motherfuckers can shut up. Like, at least we did it for y'all motherfuckers.
At least we did it. Hey, y'all was begging for the money.
Y'all was begging for some episodes.
Now y'all complaining for the ending. Y'all one of a kind.
It's actually like, I don't know if you ever knew a show called like Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had a...
Go! You're a slasher.
It got canceled like twice, but it had a like insane fan following. So they did a test deal, and then they were like, "Hey, we'll run a couple shows," and they actually got so big they just started like a GoFundMe, and like the fans ended up making enough money like fund for a movie.
Oh, so that's how they got that movie?
Okay, go into that. What about Futurama? You told me Futurama got canceled at least 2-3 times, right?
Yeah, I mean Family Guy too. Family Guy got canceled like 3 times.
Okay, did or did not Futurama actually end with an ending? Yes, it had an ending. The ending was the whole like, and they even did a Futurama ending. They did a thing where like the ending of I heard the ending of the episode is actually I think I heard this from Rome. The ending of the episode is that like the ending is they start the series over. Like they go from the beginning. Like, would you do this whole thing over again? And they thought, I gotta go Dimer, shoot that next time.
That would be a fair comparison if the number of viewers increased.
You think the number of viewers increased at the end of Futurama?
No, in Young Justice.
No, I'm asking. Do you think the numbers increased after Futurama got canceled?
If the viewership went down,
no.
They have no reason to actually make a new ending. Finish the show.
Okay. Do you think the numbers of Futurama went up after?
Yeah, to keep coming back, they had to, or else they're losing money.
No, because you told me that it hit 3 different like stations, right?
Well,
that's
what I'm saying. But I'm saying
it couldn't have gone up because shows like I'm sorry.
It would have stayed.
Are you just talking all over that, man?
It would have stayed
canceled. He's talking over me, bro. I started my combo. I started my point. So like, okay, but shows like, have you seen? Staying with the DC.
But I could argue like Futurama's a tentpole compared to Young Justice.
You said a tadpole or tentpole?
Tentpole. It just means like it's a show that a show can count on. Like it built like when you think of this show, like especially like animated shows, you could think of this show and think of that network.
Okay, because you have shows like Constantine. Constantine was another DC show, and that show was
movie too.
I won't put terrible in there, but the show, I wouldn't put off, and don't ever disrespect Keanu Reeves like that again. But the show itself
was cool.
You disrespect yourself by making that movie.
The show itself was solid.
I passed it.
I messed with it heavy, bro. And the thing about it is not that the show itself was trash or whatever. The ratings were so suspect for CW. You feel me? The ratings. I'm sorry. It wasn't on CW. It was on ABC. The ratings for Constantine were higher than shows like Arrow and Flash, right?
They all got canceled. That's not really fair.
But I'm saying, but Constantine got canceled at when Arrow was on season like 3. Arrow still made 2 seasons after that, but it had higher. Constantine had higher ratings than Arrow and Flash. This was Flash season 1. Flash is on like season 3 or 4 now, but higher than Flash's season 1 ratings, right? But because it was on ABC and not CW, it got canceled because it didn't reach ABC's ratings, right?
There's also a lot of politics in network shows, though.
Super.
It's more.
Oh, they said the whole reason Young Justice got canceled the first time wasn't because of the ratings; it was because the toys didn't sell. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
why they said it got canceled.
Oh,
so
he actually stepped up.
So, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to ratings, I was never worried about Young Justice. It was always a hit. You feel me? Oh my God! He blocked out with his elbow. There was a young. I didn't hear about the game.
I don't know.
If they did, I should have got it. Yeah. I know there was a Teen Titans game for GameCube, and that mug was low key heat. You feel me? It was like a.
You said it was GameCube?
Yeah, that's how OG it was. Yeah. You feel me? It was like trash. A Super Smash Bros. But for GameCube.
Trash.
Oh, you don't like GameCube? You hate on GameCube?
It's trash.
If you don't like I'm sorry you don't like, you know what I'm saying, Nintendo products. Get out of here.
Sorry,
Anyways,
podcast people, we are getting rammed, you know what I'm saying? We just got some devastating news. We just lost our point guard for the foreseeable future. For no reason.
Lost point guard.
For no reason.
Injury.
But hold on. But the irony about it is the whole reason I brought this up was to segue into another. Oh, I got no passing skills. Into a show that also is ending, called Demon Slayer. Now you may have heard of us talk about Demon Slayer before, because we talk about like every pod, because like, you know what I'm saying, it's one of our Sunday 5, and it got me into actually looking into like the other shows that we mess with. Like, you know, we mess with Vinland Saga heavy, we mess with Fire Force heavy, we mess with Dr. Stone. Period. I ain't gonna pretend like it's on the same level.
It's
and
not.
I had to look it up, and I looked at Vinland Saga.
That boy G still gotta check out Fire Force.
Oh, that's some heat, bro. No pun intended.
No, literally.
Especially in the second last episode was fire when we finally meet his brother. But the last episode was heat too, bro. When you find out the second in command's backstory. But yeah, I looked it up, and so I got 2 questions. So Fire Force, Vinland Saga only has 24 episodes in the season, and we're on episode 11. So we still got like 13 weeks. Good move, boy. And Fire Force, I believe, has 25 episodes. I'm about to look at it again. I apologize. I'm looking it up right now. But we asked the question. We asked the question actually last pod. You know what I'm saying? But it got, again, like we said, it got deleted. Yeah, Fire Force also has 24 episodes. Fire Force and both Vinland Saga both have 24 episodes. They're both on like episode 11, 12. I'll ask G. You feel me? Let me put this caveat before. You know what I'm saying? G's my boy, you know what I'm saying? He's funny, he's cool people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy to have another African American that messes with anime. But G, you know what I'm saying? You can speak for yourself. Tell the people, you won't watch an anime if what? So, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Your mic's kind of low. You're kind of far from your mic.
If it sucks or
if it's subbed. If it's subbed. Fake ass hand!
If it's subbed.
I can't watch it if it's in its true form.
Exactly. My man won't watch the show if it's subbed. Now we're not gonna get. Whoa, there's a lot of body contact. Now we're not gonna get into the whole what's better, sub or dub, sub.
Okay, we already know
But
that
like
answer.
when it comes, you know what I'm saying. But when it comes down to it, my man won't. You know what I'm saying? He won't watch a show that's subbed. You feel me? Simple as that. Now we get my man because he just finished a show that's I'm gonna get that shit beat.
Got that shit beat. Get the ball.
Now, you know what I'm saying? So we come into this. I asked you guys. We asked this question last time. Do you guys prefer a show that is ongoing, but it'll have fillers so it can give you enough time to catch to spread away from the manga, or seasonal, like Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga? Fire Force. Do you prefer it seasonal, or do you prefer it being ongoing but it has fillers to like fill in, like so it can get away from the manga or any show? You feel me?
Gotta keep it ongoing. That's the only way it's the only way you can keep my interest. It's just better.
Well, I mean,
It depends.
If you think of it as a musical artist, you don't care if they keep it going. If they come out with one every 4 years with their bangers, you're still gonna fuck with artists. I'd take quality over quantity any day.
Are you saying musical as in like an artist, or musical as in like a musical?
No,
just so we're clear.
Music, nigga. Like,
well, I'm just saying anything. Like, there's artists that only come out with an album like every 5 years.
What the fuck?
Hey, I don't want to say nothing. You traveled also. You pivoted with your left, but you stepped with your right. I was gonna say something, but you went out of bounds anyways.
60 is trash. This dude G ain't even playing no defense. This dude G ain't playing.
Okay.
This dude G ain't playing no defense.
You want the ball though? Look, he open.
And he want the ball though. Look at him. He want the ball though.
We'll shoot that. Oh, big facts. That boy don't play no defense in real life. My fault, G. What was your answer? Sub to dub? Ongoing or
It's a D plus.
But isn't that still kind of your fault for catching the old shows so late?
That's all I'm gonna say. The same thing. This boy G just asked the preference. Hey man, the show was old, bro. You got to be me. I was like,
you did tell
me.
It
was old. Like, it was old. Old could be like, this came out 8 months ago, man. This is dead. You gotta stop with the fillers.
How you gonna blame the show because you late to the party? Hey man, how many y'all? Hey, why you ain't played Mobamba, bro? I just got to the party. I played Mobamba 2 hours ago, fam. What you mad at me?
Y'all better play that motherfucker again. All this shit.
That's my boy G though. That boy jokes.
That's my boy G though. He keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
He keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? He tells you what he like. I'd rather him tell me what he feels. You know what I'm saying? Than he like change, like shape up. You feel me? To the actual like person's like. You know what I'm saying? Opinion. I'm ongoing, bro. Like the same with my boy.
Gotta
C,
be ongoing.
Like I need you to be ongoing, bro. Cause like if you're seasonal, one or two things. One, if you're seasonal, bro, like all right, my like depends on. Cause like we got Ace of Diamond, bruh. I mean Ace of Diamond. I'm sorry. Oh, I made it too. I'm nice. That's a bucket. That's
you
what that
got
is.
30 points.
You got attack. You got Attack on Titan, bruh. What if you take 4 years, family? If you, I don't want to hear that from you, family. You just started watching the show.
3 years ago.
See, but that actually goes against like old shows though, because if you're going by quality, but it's an old show, you watch the entire thing as a whole.
You're talking you saying in general? I'm
saying in general. Like if anime is 10 years old, but at the time it had like a bunch of breaks in between, but each season was fire, you would say that show overall is way better than a show that's like ongoing with a whole bunch of filler.
But here's my point. My point is I don't care about the show as much as I would if it was ongoing. Like when I first saw the like G said, I watched Attack on Titan as soon as it came out. As soon as it came out, I said, "Yo, this has potential to be a top 5, top 10 show." But after season 1, the gap between season 1 and season 2, not only did I forget like the show even like existed, like I forgot how much greatness the season 1 was. So at a certain point, I was like, "Oh man, like, how am I gonna compare Attack on Titan with a show like I just go Hero Academia, even though you know how I feel about Hero Academia. That season 1 and season 2 were like 3 months apart. Because shows in itself, as we know, like not even just anime, shows in itself are seasonal. Shows such as This Is Us may only come out in like I want to say the fall. I'm sorry, people who watch the show might only come out in the fall. Now, if you only come out in the fall and you come out every fall, I'm not gonna like what's the word? I'm not gonna press you because you're seasonal. You tell me you only come out in the fall. Which is why I'm in Hero Academia. I'm not mad at Hero Academia because it does like if you come out every year at a certain time, that's when you come out. But if you take 4 years, like Attack on Titan did from season 1 to season 2, and all you're doing is trying to come out with movies, come out with toys, come out with like they came out with like little chibi specials to like just to remind us like, hey, just let you know this show still exists. Let you know this show still exists. Like, bitch, I know the show still exists. Go on with the second season.
Yeah, but don't you also have like shows that only have like 2 or 3 seasons, like ranked pretty high?
Now I feel like that's different. No, I don't have like shows such as like I don't have a show that's usually like only 1 season pretty high. I don't. Definitely not in my top 10. But I have shows like No Game No Life, which the studio itself is known for not making second seasons, as an underrated anime or need to check out. Just because I'm not gonna blame the anime because the studio that got the license to make it doesn't make season 2.
My thing was like I know there's a couple that I don't know about the title, but there's been animes where they've had 1 season and they've had a long break for the second one, and it's only like a 2-season one.
No, yeah, you're right. That happens. I'm not even, again, I'm trying to get like 9 anime in there because we got Roman who. But like you said, they're not in my top 10 though. None of those are in my top 10. None of those are in my top 15. I lose interest in you if you're not consistent. If you don't come out, because I find other shows exist.
Credit to longevity more than quality.
How? Wait, so you're telling? But is it longevity? Are you longevity?
It's both. It's a combination of both.
No, but I'm saying, do you count as longevity if your season 1 comes out in 2010 and your season 2 comes out in 2020? Are you still technically longevity just because you took a 10-year gap?
No, I'm saying longevity as in just. I'm saying episode count.
Oh, you're saying like One Piece where episode 900.
Yeah,
900
I
episodes.
think people put way more value in quantity of episodes over quality.
Yes, but you said, wait, I'm sorry, say it again. You said quantity or quality?
Quantity over quality. Like if a show is over, if a show is over 1,000 episodes, they just automatically give it credit just because it's 1,000 episodes.
You get credit, but don't get it twisted. Don't make you all of a sudden a good anime. Because shows like Fairy Tail are on my top 10 worst,
if you go by quality, you can say like, oh, I know some that's like 50. If you take it as a whole, it's better than the 1,000 as a whole.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
Y'all niggas really arguing about this. Y'all niggas really arguing.
I'm not arguing about a specific anime. I'm just talking like semantics.
I thought this was a debate podcast. I apologize.
I mean, it's debating, but like.
Did you want to say something, C?
I mean, overall, this is just like this nigga Jason really retired from gaming.
Do you want? We can spend the whole podcast talking about Jason retiring if you want to. So go ahead.
Like my nigga Jason is really gone. Like, hey G, like this is a good time for you, my guy. Like you took Jason's spot.
Yeah. This is.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this nigga Jason was nice, and this nigga would play with a baby on his chest.
Nobody ever retires.
Nah, bro, it sounds like he kind of retired.
Just wait. Just give it like 4 months. He's like, I'm back.
4 months. All right, in 4 months, niggas gonna be at least 80s. I'm gonna come up here with his brown shirt. What you trying to do with that brown shirt?
I'll still take an 80 or a 70 Jason over a random.
True. Very true. That nigga retired, man.
He's only retired because he don't got time now. Just wait.
You gonna be like, hey, bro, I'm free. I'm be like, bro, I got family now. What you want me to do?
I got a family now. I'm not gonna play this damn video game.
Sorry, because you was early. So this is what it is, you feel me?
It's 20.
Yeah, man. So how you feel? See, like I'm trying to ask you, like straight up, bro. Like I said, like 3 times, but you ain't responded. How do you feel about Demon Slayer ending? Like, cause I thought that was
whatever, bro. It's just like My Hero when it ended. All right, cool. I hope that next season is more fire. Like, what you want me to say? Like My Hero and Demon Slayer are legit on this, like almost on the same level.
Oh, they are. If Demon Slayer not, I believe Demon Slayer is better, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's go. We winning this game for the pod. Niggas don't think we trash.
I feel you, but it's tough for me. I'm saying, cause like I said,
like you can't say that was like some of the best shit that you ever seen. You'd be lying to your fucking teeth, like.
It is though.
So it's better than it's better than it's better than Attack on Titan. That first season.
The first season of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
The first season itself, no, but as an entirety.
No, I'm talking about the first season. You can only judge off his first season, bro. You can't say the show's the best thing ever and then fucking like only see 1 season of it. Like, come on, bro.
No, I'm judging as an entirety of Demon Slayer and the entirety of Attack on Titan.
You can't do that.
Because at this, hold on, let me tell you why I'm doing it though. You can't tell me I can't do nothing. You ain't gonna tell me I can't do what I do.
That's not losing your answer, bro. It's like, how can you only compare 1 season of one show and a whole show of another show? That just sounds stupid.
Okay, if you will shut up, I'll explain it to you why I'm doing it.
I don't need you to explain it to me. That's still like, you know what I'm saying? Stupid.
All right, G, I'm explaining to you why I'm doing that. I'm doing this because like you have shows like. Okay, why are you still talking when I'm talking to G? I'm so confused. I'm doing that, G, because you have shows like No Game No Life that are only 1 season, right? So if I don't judge you by your 1 season, what am I looking at it? Like, if you only have 1 season in your whole series, why am I just judging the series?
But does Demon Slayer only have 1 season in the whole series? No, they're gonna have more seasons.
At this point, yes or no?
You fucking dumb. So at this point, we're gonna end Demon Slayer with whatever it is ending right now because it's only a 1 season show. That's what you're saying.
Yes! Is it not? Am I tripping?
Stupid as
if you
fuck.
can tell me the date season 2 was coming out, I'll take my point away. Please tell us what season 2 is coming out.
Stupid as fuck, man.
Tell me, please. I'll take it. I'll listen.
I'm not gonna create or trying to fucking fucking reinforce my own narrative so a show that has its own thing going on. There's no point.
Exactly.
That's why I say you compare one season for one season. That's why whenever you watch a new show, you watch 2 episodes and be like, oh, this shit's already better than the whole season of this other show. Oh, already. Oh, 2 episodes in, this is way better than the other show. What the fuck is only 2 episodes, bro? Chill, like, you don't even sound like a real fan talking like that. You sound like a fucking biased fucking...
First off,
you sound like a biased, superstitious kind of nigga.
Don't let this man's cap. You know what I'm saying?
It's not cap, it's real shit. You are subjective as fuck.
I don't compare 2 seasons. I obviously said in numerous podcasts and numerous videos, I take the first 5 episodes. I'll come back to him. I take the first 5 episodes, so don't let this man believe that 2 episodes in, I'll say another show is better than another show. And I'll
5 episodes, wow.
I'll say at this point, a whole 5 episodes better than a whole 5 episodes of another show. I will only do season 1 when there's only 1 season. Unless you can tell me there's another season of Demon Slayer coming out.
There obviously is another season of Demon Slayer. It's obvious, nigga. They wouldn't end it like that.
How's it obvious?
Because they wouldn't end it like that.
Okay, No Game No Life.
Because it was a terrible show. Nobody watched that motherfucker.
Have you been to Anime Expo?
What's up, man?
Well, look who we got here. Get that shit, G.
So let's let you know. This boy C was going the whole time talking about retirement of this dude.
Yeah.
And then we show up and this dude is here.
I called the nigga to get on, stupid.
I don't care if you call Michael Jordan when he's retired. You think he'll be like, alright, I'll pull up right now to the Bulls. No, that boy's retired. If you call Kobe right now, be like, hey Kobe, hey Kobe, come play for the Big 3. He's gonna be like, no, I'm retired. If you're retired, bruh. Don't say I called him like all of a sudden that takes you out of retirement. That makes no sense. Like,
didn't Jason Witten come out of retirement off of 1 call and play for the Cowboys again?
If you believe it's 1 call, bro, I'll tell you. Bro. If you believe 1 call, bro, I'll tell you. Was that before or after he had already did a season? Was that before or after he already did a season in the booth?
You might just give you a fucking example. Eat it up.
Was that before or after I did the season in the booth?
All you asking extra questions while I give you an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, like homeboys be on, like homeboys be like I'm saying, like if you give me AB, I'll give you AB because that boy AB said he retired. But like, you know what I'm saying, you give me people who took a whole season, 2 seasons off. You feel me?
Sheesh, you don't run back. They really bust your ass.
Yeah, G. So G, I wanted to ask you, feel me, since you're on the pod, bruh. We've watched, you know what I'm saying? I've watched My Hero Academia. C's watched My Hero Academia. C has it in like his top 10 already. How do you feel about My Hero? Now that you just finished it a couple days ago.
Yeah, you like that shit, right? Just yep. Yes. Yes.
You think it's good character development?
I think so.
Do you think? Okay, see, I'm not asking you what you think. You said say again, G? I'm sorry. Do you how do you feel about the main character?
Okay.
You think so? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Like if I put you on the spot, let me know I'm putting you on the spot. Well, I'm putting you on the spot, but I'm asking you questions like, you feel me? Like I want you, like I'm not trying to ask you questions to stump you. Like to make sure we're clear. You feel me? I'm asking you questions because I actually want you to answer. Because like, why would I ask you a question that stumps you? Like I'm not trying to embarrass you on the pod, bro. What kind of characters do you relate to? Like what characters do you be like?
Really?
Oh, definitely. No, definitely.
I don't remember that nigga Naruto crying once.
He cried a couple times. He cried a couple times. Yeah. Exactly. No, you're definitely right. He came. Not only did, like you said, not only did Naruto not be able to use Shadow Clone Jutsu, he was able to use a certain type of jutsus. This man wasn't able to be. He had no quirk. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They look at him a certain. No, you're definitely right. Now, my question is, do you feel like his progression, and irony, because I was talking about progression with the Young Justice, do you feel like his progression is going a little too slow over 3 seasons?
I mean, he used to be a wimp bitch, and now he's already taking on the strongest niggas, bro. Like, it's gonna take a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Let me.
That's what I'm saying. His
elaborate
mindset. Yeah.
Bit. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Like, because on the opposite tip, I feel like his mindset hasn't changed at all. But not to say like he hasn't, like his character hasn't developed, but I feel like his mindset has always been like Naruto, like you said, has been strong from the beginning. I feel like his mindset was the whole reason that like he was able to do what he do. His mindset was the whole reason. My fucking get out to you. His mindset was the whole reason All Might chose him to be him. So when you say, there go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Okay. So you appreciate how much in depth we get into the character. You feel like you're growing with the character. I should have caught that. You feel like you're growing with the character more. My fault. What's up, Jay? If you here.
What's up?
Okay. Now, is the main character?
Oh,
is
that's
the main
the class.
character your favorite character?
That's the senior. Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful, bro. One episode, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge something entirely in one episode, but that's neither here nor there, bro. That's neither here nor there. Do you feel like? Go ahead. Do you feel like like you said, like you're in a quirk adaptment? Do you feel like it's? Well, I mean, I don't want to make it. I'm not trying to make it like negative because I know how it sounds when I ask. What fight scenes did you like? Let's put it like that. Like I'm trying not to sound biased. What fight scenes did you like in the show that you really was like, oh, that's oh, I should have got that board. My fault. Oh yeah, thank God. I should have got that board. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
You liked it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, he did. Let's see.
I hated that fight.
I hated that fight, but I didn't like. That's it. Go ahead. Or the other way around. You feel like he only uses his fist.
You like that he got his ass whooped.
Oh, me? I love that. I love that guy. Oh, bro, my favorite fight itself is when All Might was putting hands on Bakugo, like almost grabbed him by his face, was slamming. That was my favorite fight, bro. That boy Bakugo was getting knocked, literally. That boy All Might was not playing with this dude. He was grabbing him by his face and slamming him into the wall. I said, hey, that show's student, bro.
They're over court, half court.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking to you. But I feel you. What was I about to say? How do you feel about the League of Villains? Do you feel like the League of Villains are an actual threat, though?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you! I'm not trying to get no biased opinions. I'm asking the man who just beat the show. Either G or I'm sorry.
But like,
I didn't say nobody.
You over here, you think like, alright, bro, like niggas is real though. It's the League of Villains, bro. Like they have some real niggas in that motherfucker.
They did? Would you say they're up there with the Akatsuki?
Yeah.
Would you say? Shut up! Whoa! Jake, be quiet real quick. I'm gonna ask this dude C again. Do you think the League of Villains? Do you think the League of Villains are up there with the Akatsuki? I see, but you ain't open.
I know. They got potential.
No, I didn't ask if they got potential. My question was, are they up there? My question wasn't potential. My question was, are they up there? Are they up there with the League of the Akatsuki? Are they up there with the Espada?
Espada maybe.
Oh my. I love when C's talks, you know what I'm saying? He makes all his other arguments invalid. I can't even trust this dude, C. Do you hear the dude C be saying? Who do you think has the most potential in the League of Villains? This one I'm asking T.
Dabo.
The Fire dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
League of Villains is the laziest name of a group I ever heard in my life.
Well,
yeah, they said that
League of Villains also in, I thought the League of Villains was also in DC too, because I thought it was like the League of Heroes were the Superman, Batman, and I thought they also had the League of Villains in. G, you good? Oh, good stuff, G. Fabulated. Other than League of Villains, but other than Dabo, the Fire dude, and Homegirl, the one that smiles and like has to take your blood.
That girl caught a body. She caught a body. You know what I'm saying?
When her scene in season 3, that's when I really was like, oh, I'm messing them. But other than those two, like, I'm kind of suspect on the League of Villains itself. I just like I told C this. I think
I like Deuce. I like Deuce. Cause in the real world, on some Naruto, in the real world on some Naruto shit, if you have that many fucking clones and shit, you should be going a little crazy. Like I don't.
But that's the Naruto world. I'm not bringing the Naruto. I'm talking about the Hero Academia world. In the Hero Academia world,
like one of your clones look at you and be like, "Man, I'm tired. I just pop up. I get bopped down." You know what I'm saying? I'm the real Naruto.
I like Deuce as in I like his multi-personality thing, but I like that Two-Face. I like that in like, you know what I'm saying? I like that, but as a character to see like when he gets like, it's tough for me, bro. Like I told you, man, I don't like it when my villains don't look like a threat, bruh. Pass play. Take my time with it. Oh, I'm blue cheeks. Can you try one more time, please? Like it's tough for me when when the main baddie takes a L. Yeah, I get like in my mind I'm like, bro, like y'all get beat. Like how am I supposed to look at my my heroes as a oh chill. Stop fouling, god damn. See, still jumping. Chill, bro.
Make sure the nigga can get that shot off.
When I look at it, it makes me like in my mentality, I'm like, bro, like I'm not even worried about you, bro, cause like I got a homie who can bop you right now. You feel me?
But you should be worried about him.
I should be worried about him.
3 seconds.
Yeah, wait for it, see. Wait for it, G!
Wait for it!
That boy don't wait for nothing! Oh, don't foul.
Nah, my man's a 3-point shooter.
In my mind, like, I don't look at you threat, cause like, every person, like...
So what, you want these motherfuckers to be OP like the Akatsuki? That's basically all I'm hearing. Cause what was the Akatsuki really? Honestly, what was the Akatsuki? They had one, they had, that nigga Pain was cold. Can I say something? The nigga Pain was cold, right?
Can I say something?
Alright, the nigga Pain was cold, and then nigga Itachi was like really doing some shit. Other than that, what was the Akatsuki like really hard? Why really hard?
Let me know. Okay.
Cause they were successful?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like the League of Villains got some hard ass niggas. That nigga Dabo's gonna be hard. That nigga with the crow mask. That nigga gonna be hard.
We're done, so I thought it was my turn to talk. Go ahead, continue.
Kind of shit. Like the League of Villains is gonna be hard, bro.
Okay, that's the thing about it though. Yes, you.
That nigga All Might or All for One might be Deku's daddy or some shit.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah, bro, that's what the internet is saying, dog. Be careful.
Alright.
You know
Here's the thing about the Akatsuki though. We know for a fact, and we watched it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll give you this. It might be a fill-in. It might be some flashbacks. So if you want to count that or not, that's up to you.
Might be both.
We've watched the Akatsuki steal at least 7 to 8 other Jinchurikis. We watched Naruto become a Jinchuriki. We know how strong he is. So to watch people like the Akatsuki, like Hidan, who killed Asuma, and we watch Itachi, who put down a whole clan of Uchihas that we see one Uchiha. We know what one Uchiha do. So when we watch stuff like that, we look at it and be like, yo, this Akatsuki is the real deal. We've met Orochimaru. Orochimaru killed the 3rd Hokage. So we know that's a real deal. And if you're telling me that Orochimaru isn't at the level of Pain, isn't at the level of Itachi, isn't at the level of Hidan, we know that is a threat because whenever they pull up, we've seen Itachi fight, we've seen Hidan fight, we've seen Kisame fight, we know that's a threat. When it comes to League of Villain, we haven't seen them beat anybody. So how are we supposed to look at them as a threat?
It's the beginning of the damn show. It's the beginning of the damn show.
Excuse. You're 3 seasons in. Why am I 3 seasons in? Still got the
bruh, the Akatsuki didn't get popping until after Naruto. So after the 3 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons of Naruto, then came Shippuden, right? That's when the Akatsuki got popping. So it took no. It took the Akatsuki 5 seasons. It took the Akatsuki 5 seasons. No. But they were the main bad guys in Shippuden. They were the main bad guys in Shippuden. So it took these niggas 5 seasons to pop up, my nigga.
That's exactly, but that's all I needed.
No, that's not all you need, nigga. That's not all you need. Cause you talking about them getting all them tail beasts. You talking about them getting all them tail beasts. Shut the fuck up, my nigga. Like you over here doing all this dick riding, man.
I apologize. I thought it was my turn.
This dick riding, it took some time, alright?
Alright, so here's the thing about it, though. Are we ready? Are you ready for my list? Alright, here's the thing about it. When it comes to the Akatsuki, like you said, as soon as we met the Akatsuki, they started to pop off. We've already met.
Nah.
Alright, please tell me, who the people in the Akatsuki we met? Tell me. Who in the Akatsuki did we meet?
I don't know, nigga. Cause you saying as soon as we see them, they pop off.
You ask, okay, hold on. If you ask, I'll answer.
The only one that really popped up was Itachi, and that nigga was a spy. So he wasn't even one of them niggas, alright? So get out the niggas' dicks.
Okay. So we met.
The hardest nigga in the Akatsuki was a spy.
I thought it was my turn.
So the nigga wasn't even that evil. The nigga was even evil. But you over here dick riding. Oh, we didn't know that in the beginning, but it's the truth though.
So here we go. Alright, here we go. So the first person we met in Akatsuki was Orochimaru. Yes, no. Yes, it was, because we know Orochimaru, and we met him in the Chunin exam. So that's Naruto.
Was he rapping that Akatsuki?
It doesn't matter if he was rapping or
not. So he wasn't now. So no. It doesn't. No, it matters, nigga. Cause he for sure left that group. He for sure left that group. He joined and laid it. You can't say he's part of it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He wasn't with them niggas. He definitely left. He left.
Did he leave or did he just not wear the jacket? I don't remember him ever saying.
What, did he leave or just not wear the jacket?
I swear to God. I swear to God.
He had to replace that nigga with Toby.
He replaced him. Okay, maybe he did replace him with Toby, but Toby is the leader, so that's kind of. Okay, I don't care. That doesn't. Okay, see, none of that.
That does matter because you're saying he's part of the Akatsuki from the get-go, but he wasn't.
Come get it.
I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. When it comes to that, if it comes down to it, it's a build-up, right? In the show, it's all about a build-up, right? Threat after threat after threat. We met Orochimaru right off the bat, right? And right off the bat, we looked at him as a threat because he was about to tear down our favorite characters. Oh, let me hit this real quick. Oh, I'm trash. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when I'm saying if you join the Akatsuki or not, because when it comes down to it, we met Orochimaru.
No, come on now, bro. You can't say that he started off with the Akatsuki. You can't say it doesn't matter that he is or not. You're just changing your shit now. That doesn't make sense.
I would agree that I am changing it. But I'm only changing it because I want to make my point. When it comes down to it, Orochimaru, we knew Orochimaru was a threat. Orochimaru was a threat no matter what, right off the back. So when we found out that he was a part of the Akatsuki, it made the Akatsuki a threat because we already met Orochimaru. And then you're telling me he left. It wasn't like we finally met Orochimaru, we found out that Pain was stronger than Orochimaru. You feel me? So we're like, oh.
Doc, Orochimaru on his own self was his own person, bruh. Him being part of the Akatsuki had really something like a legit minor effect on his whole legacy, bruh. Come on now, be real. That nigga is more known for fucking attacking the Leaf Village and fucking taking in Sasuke. That's what that nigga is really known for. Not being part of the Akatsuki and fucking trying to take Itachi's body.
I hear what you're saying, but here's my point though. Was Pain stronger than Orochimaru? Yes or no?
Obviously.
Okay. Like you said, Orochimaru mess up the village, yes or no? Obviously. Right? So when we look at a person that's stronger than a person that we already think of a threat, we're going to be like, oh, if you're stronger than this person and this person was already a threat, you're a threat. Right?
Bro,
so when I look at it,
everybody knew the leader of the Akatsuki was a fucking threat, and fucking Pain wasn't even the leader of the Akatsuki.
Okay, but did we think the leader of the League of Villains is a threat?
Have you seen him throw down?
Yes, he lost. That's my point.
Nah, he Nah, bro.
Please say it. Please say it. I wish you would say he didn't lose. I wish you would say he didn't lose. Well, I'm standing here like I'm about to squabble. I wish you would say he didn't lose, bruh. Please say it to my face. Say it to my face that he didn't lose.
The nigga with the crow powers, right? Or with the crow face. What was his powers again?
He stole powers. Alright, I'm asking G. I'm sorry. G, do you think in the all for one, one for all, did one for all lose?
Obviously he lost, bro.
Oh, I'm trying. Okay. So you're telling me the leader of the League of Villains, the highest threat in this thing, just took a L.
But he legit fought the most mightiest nigga in the whole show, though. Like, All Might is that nigga in the whole show, right?
That's cool.
Now, no, right. All Might was basically Naruto. All Might was basically Naruto. These niggas are in Boruto. Oh, I got the ball. What the fuck? Now that we lost Naruto in Boruto, we gotta really find out what Boruto's made of. Because guess what?
That's perfect.
Because guess what?
I didn't
Cause we can't see they ain't got no safety net no more, dog. They ain't got no more safety net.
But you're saying that as if the dude who beat Naruto is still up. He's not, is he? You're telling me that the person that beat Naruto is still there.
There's gonna be somebody stronger, bro.
Who? Name it, please. Tell me now. Please tell me now. Who's stronger?
Oh, you'll find out in season 4. Fuck on my face.
Exactly. You're telling me we still have to find out who the biggest dude.
You doing all this arguing, bro, and you gonna watch the whole show. That's what's crazy about it. You doing all this yip yap, and you gonna watch it. That's what's funny.
That's what you know, bro. I don't care, but that's what you say, bro. I'm an anime fan, and I'm trying to get my information from my podcast. Bro, I'm a people.
If G says the show's good, if G says the show's good, if I say the show's good, if Jason says the show's good, then the show's good. You're just the only one that doesn't want it to be good. Just be honest.
I didn't say it was bad. It's just whatever. I'm just thinking it's overhyped, but that's neither here or there. But I wasn't even trying to get into this biased conversation. I was asking G what
nigga, you only biased, nigga.
Oh, I'm hella biased. And I'm always gonna be biased.
That's what I'm saying. There's no point in arguing with you, bro. Because when you try and compare one season of a show to a whole fucking 4 seasons to another show, and just not even fucking break it up by one season per.
But you're making, okay.
And you won't even do that. You won't even compare the first season of My Hero to the first season of fucking Demon Slayer. Like, come on, my nigga. You can't even do that.
But you're saying it as if Demon Slayer has multiple seasons.
It's gonna have multiple seasons, obviously,
okay,
bro.
Going and does is 2 different things. You're saying.
But the way you talking is fucking all speculation, also, bro. All you do is talk off speculation.
No, I'm not talking.
That's all you do is talk off speculation. You don't throw facts. Cause every time you throw facts, you fucking create speculation. That's why you had to go flip your whole fucking Orochimaru shit. Cause the facts is wrong.
I did not flip it completely.
Completely, but you flipped it.
I flipped it. But I'm saying it as you're saying it as if like I was like, oh man, the whole point was he was part of the Akatsuki. That wasn't my point. You guys always. But your thing is, you always argue around my point. My point wasn't like, oh, Orochimaru is part of the Akatsuki, so they're the savages. My point was there's no threat in My Hero Academia. That was my main point.
Oh, this for sure a threat. Oh, this for sure a threat.
No, if you tell me we'll find out in season 4, there's no threat. But I'll ask you again, who's the threat?
We'll find out season 4. Bro, we haven't even seen one of their most crucial dudes fight yet. And this dude's talking about there's no fucking threat. Right, come on, bruh. They got crucial ass niggas, bruh. So just chill out.
You talking about the fire dude?
We haven't even seen homeboy with the blades go down, and we already seen him. We already seen him take down what's his name? Killer.
Oh, Stain.
Stain.
Yeah, Stain. He took a. He saw him. What do you mean we didn't see him fight? Yeah, we saw he went down, bruh. We saw homeboy. G, I'm asking you straight up. Do you think there's a threat, bruh, in My Hero Academia? The biggest threat right now is a hero on another hero, right? Is that the biggest threat right now? The 1000 dude. No. Right? Right now, what you just say your favorite character is? The biggest dude we're looking at is another hero, right? The dude as the biggest challenge, right? The biggest obstacle I have to go against is another hero. Yes
Maybe.
Or no?
Yeah.
Get it.
Rome.
That's terrible. Bye-bye.
The fire dude. Say again. See what your theory is with the blue fire dude and Todoroki. Because that's a fire theory right there.
Oh, we're gonna lose the game, but yeah.
Okay, we'll win it. But okay, well, I want to see the say because you know what I'm saying. No matter what I say, it'll sound biased. But that theory itself is fire. I see you. Oh, I was waiting for you to go all the way to the corner. I should have waited. I'm sorry. You say corner.
Clear the paint.
Do your thing. Watch out, G. Watch out, G. G, get the fuck out the way. You got time. My dude.
You ready to hit it, Jingles?
Double it if you need help. I was like, my dude, double if you need that. You know what I'm saying? That's a free throw. You Gucci. He gonna miss one of these.
Damn, y'all still the same, huh? Like.
Oh shit, Jay, you still in this?
I was just watching on. They always.
Hey,
still be talking and losing games, like. Come on now.
Hey, we're not losing yet. Don't ever disrespect us like that again. I told you was gonna miss one.
I tried, Jay.
Bring it up. Well, let me ask Jay. Well, I'm not gonna ask Jay. I was gonna ask him a different question, but there's no point asking that question. Skip. Oh, you're a
I don't lose no games, Jason.
Lock up.
I don't lose no games. I be talking and winning.
Everybody guard their man.
Who has corner, man?
Oh, that's
Who has corner?
That's embarrassing.
That's
I was
embarrassing.
looking at my dude too. I was like, yo, where my man?
Middle.
Everybody guard their person. Far right. Good defense.
Oh, you got a hand down.
Hell off.
You got your hand down.
What?
You got your hand down,
32% though, bruh.
You got your hand down.
Come on, somebody come get it.
I totally forgot.
Go get a C. Call for a C.
Nope. I'm
Actually,
not
never
gonna lie,
mind.
we need an
Go
Amwin
foul.
room.
I was saying they're gonna foul you. But double here, double right now. G, one more. G!
Go corner, Jingles.
You good. My wing's my hot spot though.
3, 2. He missed. Get that shit, G.
That's you, G.
Go out, G. Go out. Oh, we got shooters.
Double, here it comes. One more.
Swing. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? You had 0 points.
Game was 0 points. Yeah.
What happened to corner swing, G?
Get the
G!
point guard out here. Can we get a real point guard?
G,
Jesus
you
Christ.
are one square. You throw it to the corner, G.
Christ, bruh. I went 0 for 9. That's embarrassing. I didn't know I took that many shots.
It probably wouldn't. Yeah, you probably would have missed.
It wouldn't have.
You probably would have missed.
That one game I had is a game changer. I promise you that.
I hope you would have hit that. Damn, we really hadn't controlled that game.
Just like Hero Academia, we don't even know. We don't know. Like, I didn't say all this.
We lost that game because of My Hero Academia, to be honest.
Black Clover is a better show than Hero Academia, bruh. Keep it a buck.
We're gonna keep it a buck. We're gonna keep it a buck.
Did you see have you seen any of the new episodes yet?
No.
I just want to get into this real quick.
21 in the fourth quarter.
They put 21 up.
Oh yeah, we get that one away.
I didn't.
I don't want to come back for this.
Jay, since you're here, let me ask you: do you prefer your shows to be seasonal or ongoing?
Ongoing, I guess.
Yeah.
You're cool, and I'm sorry. When you say that, I apologize. I'm sorry. I put no caveat in there. When it comes to ongoing, you have to deal with fillers, such as One Piece, Naruto. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got like 100 episode fillers. You feel me? Like, One Piece has whole arcs of fillers. Are you cool with that, or would you rather take a break? You feel me? And like come back, but the quality's always still fire, such as Hero Academia. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot. It ongoing, all fire. Of course, I'll go with ongoing. I apologize. I meant to put the whole caveat in there.
Keenan Allen went stupid.
Who left? Who left?
G.
Why?
1 sec.
I'm here. I need my shots.
Hello. Keep my buckets.
I'm finna end this podcast, bro, because this is going too long.
Yeah, it is going too long.
Oh.
I'm down to do another part though.
Oh, y'all trying to prom with the team?
Yeah, you not?
Did y'all invite G? No, did y'all invite